Kris Kobach. He helped write Arizona's strict new immigration law, which in and of itself, as he is well aware, is a very polarizing topic. He thinks it's a terrible idea. On the other side is David Leopold from the American Immigration Lawyers Association. Good to have both of you with us. Kris, is this amnesty?
It's part of an amnesty. It's part two of an administrative amnesty. As we know, the administration a few months ago announced that it was going to basically drop about 300,000 cases that were already in the deportation pipeline. That's one part of an administrative action. This one basically allows thousands of people who would otherwise have to go out of the country and wait while they see if they can overcome this 3-year bar or 10-year bar that Congress put into place in 1996. Now they can just do it here in the United States. So really, if the administration is going to do a backdoor amnesty, they need to take several steps, and this is the second of the steps they need to take. So yes, it's part of an amnesty.
David, why isn't it?
It's not amnesty. What this is a minor processing change. And what we're doing here, what the administration is doing, is keeping U.S. citizens together with their foreign spouses. And what we have to remember is that in order to get this waiver, which is done in the United States, they still have to show that the U.S. citizen would suffer hardship. So nobody is getting anything, Aaron. This is a process change. This is going to allow people to stay together. This is going to promote family unity. It's going to keep America safer, and it's going to be wise use of our tax dollars. What Mr. Kobach, what Kris is talking about when he says he uses that word amnesty, remember, amnesty is a word that people who hate immigration like to throw around instead of solutions. And what this is a solution. This is a solution that allows people to wait in the United States with their family, rather than have to go sit in a city like Ciudad Juarez, where people get killed. It's one of the most dangerous cities in the world. And this allows families to stay together. What's wrong with an American husband being with his wife? What's wrong with an American wife being with her husband? Nothing. I can't imagine any American would oppose family unity. So I'm very surprised that there's even any opposition to this.
I thought, David, that once, if you were married to someone and you could prove that it was legitimate and you hadn't done so in order to get access to the United States, that you could get that card anyway.
I wish that were the case, Aaron, but the law is so broken that even if you are married to a United States citizen, you still have to go through various different hoops to stay here. And what happens is folks that are in the country who are undocumented and they're married to United States citizens, they can't simply go and apply for a green card. And what happens is the way the law is set up, and the reason we call it a broken law is because the way this law is set up is they have to leave the United States. Once they step outside the United States, now they're barred from coming back. And all that's going on...
But Kris, let me ask you that. Okay, hold on a second, Dave, because I want to get Kris in here. Kris, but does that deter people who shouldn't be coming in from coming in, the fact,
yes,
or not? Yes.
Yeah, there's a reason Congress set this up, and Congress in 1996 wanted to impose a penalty on illegal aliens, whether they decide to marry a U.S. citizen or not. And that was, if you stay in the United States for 6 months, then if you are caught, or if you acknowledge that, you have got to wait 3 years before you can even get in line in your home country to apply for a lawful visa. If you stay here a year illegally, you are barred for 10 years. Congress wanted to put people who have broken our laws in a worse position procedurally than those people who are in Mexico and who are doing it the right way, or in Sweden doing it the right way, and haven't broken our laws.
David, that sounds
That's exactly what in 1996.
That's just
Congress
not a fair statement of the law.
That is exactly what the law says.
No, it's not, Kris, and I'm happy to show you the statute. If you, I'm happy to show you the statute. I actually just looked at it before we went on to... I'm quite familiar with it. Let me finish. What the Congress said, Kris, and I think you know this, is that if you marry an American citizen, generally speaking, you're forgiven. The problem is, you're talking
about marriage. We're talking about the 10-year bar.
Kris, let me finish. If you enter the country without an inspection originally, even if you're a child, you can't get that green card, even if you have a large family, even if you're married to a U.S. citizen.
Okay.
You have to get a waiver.
Final word to Kris.
I think the bottom line here is, I think we probably both agree that what the administration is doing is trying to get around the fact that Congress has not passed an amnesty and this administration wants one. And I think there's a larger issue here that people on the left and the right can hopefully agree on. If we're going to have an amnesty, let Congress do it. Let the people's representatives debate it. Let's not have the administration do it in a backdoor way that isn't putting it on the table in front of the people.
All right, gentlemen, thanks very much to both of you.
This is common sense enforcement.
Thanks to both of you. Please let us know on our Facebook page what you think about this one and whether you think there's political motivations as well coming into an election with the Hispanic vote.